Welcome to Inside New Albany Football with Coach Cody Stubblefield. I'm Jody Walls.
I'm Brady Brock.
We're with Gumtree Mortgage here in New Albany over on Starling Avenue. We specialize in home financing needs, whether it's a purchase, a refinance, or a new construction.
And we're super passionate about trying to help you find the home of your dreams, help you get it financed, just like this one right here.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Game. If you come out and hit them in the mouth on the first play, we're going to be fine.
This week's Tallahatchie Nutrition Player of the Week is Zion Robinson. Zion Robinson is one of our linebackers. He's played outside linebacker, playing inside down. He also runs the ball for us. This week against North Pontotoc, Zion had 7 tackles, 2 sacks. Also had a big fumble recovery that led to a touchdown. Zion is basically transitioned, like I said, from outside to inside, doing a tremendous job for you, Zion. You're getting better and better coming, playing forward, wrapping up guys. Been a big part of the team all year. So congratulations on being this week's Player of the Week. I know if Mr. Horn was here, he's going to talk to you about a steak supper that all the guys that make Player of the Week are going to be invited to. But congratulations on that. Keep up the good work, and we're proud of you.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all.
We'd like to welcome you today to Inside New Albany Football with Coach Cody Stubblefield. I'm Paul Henry with David Goo, brought to you by
Gumtree Mortgage, Brady Brock, Jody Walls. Those guys have done it the whole time we've been here. Go see those guys for any of your financial needs. Also, Pam Brown at State Farm. She's supporting us this year as well. So both those guys and businesses support the show.
Well, Coach David and I were talking before the show, and I tell you what, we rode down Highway 15 to North Pontotoc, and I don't think we could have played much better the first half than we did, could we?
Yeah, I think, we talked at the game on the field, just execution. Our execution was really well on both sides of the ball, special teams, all the way around. When you talk about a game, the way you want to perform, the way you want to execute, Friday night was a very good example. I just think we played well. I think up front on both sides of the ball, it started there. I think we controlled the line of scrimmage with our offensive line and our defensive line, and everything kind of stemmed out from there. Braden had a good job, had a good game at quarterback. Keelan Simpson ran the ball effectively. Defensively, we did a much better job tackling, and just not giving second chances. It was a solid night. McKylan Cameron did a phenomenal job on number 3. Who's a really good receiver. Number 3, Tyler Pickens made the Bernard Blackwell Classic All-Star game. I think he had 1 or 2 catches maybe. McKylan Cameron did a phenomenal job as well.
I think the Dogs scored on their first 5 possessions of the game this past week, so
wow,
that kind of set the tone for the night.
Late we did attempt to punt, and it was a little high snap, and D ended up running it to the side instead of punting it. But we tell him all the time, don't expect to play, because we don't want our punter out there, obviously. And the past couple of weeks, we've done a really good job of him not playing a whole lot. So that's just something that, again, football can be boiled down into a few things, blocking, tackling. Execution is the top thing. If you do your job better than your opponent does their job, you're going to be successful. And we did that Friday night.
Well, I thought we set the tone early in the trenches, like you said, and I'll tell you what, it's like, when everybody's doing what they're supposed to do, it makes the job a lot easier,
right.
Don't it?
Well, I think, from a play calling standpoint, Coach Robbins, Coach Stubblefield, Coach McDonald, Coach Kerbo, we were able to do whatever we needed to do. We ran the ball effectively. We did a lot of inside zone, short trap. We were able to get the ball on the edge at times. And then Braden did a really good job. He does what he always does. He makes quick reads, but he also extends plays when things break down. We had a couple of touchdowns called back at times. One of them was a really big play that he scrambled out, found Shaw deep, and then got a holding call on that play. But Braden had a great night. I think he was 11 for 12, 200-something yards. And the biggest stat there, not to jinx him at all, but he's got 19 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. All those 3 interceptions came against Etowamba, a game we'd like to play again. But they're playing well, and it starts with up front, goes through the quarterback, running back, receivers doing well. Defensively, anytime you pitch a shutout, that's a huge time. I don't know when our last shutout was. Sometimes that's a deceiving stat because a lot of times you put backups in and whatnot. But anytime there's a 0 on the scoreboard, it's a phenomenal night.
You mentioned the offense. It was the largest total offense that we've had all year. We had 234 yards passing, 172 yards rushing for a total of 406 yards. So great offensive show in this.
Yeah, I was watching a game last night with South Alabama. I think they had 406 yards in the first half. But we certainly will take 5 possessions, 5 scores, like you talked about. I think we had, you talk about different plays. I think our third possession was a hook and lateral play that Jeb executed flawlessly, threw it to Jeb, pitched it back to DJ, and DJ went, I think, 74 yards for a touchdown. Just again, Jeb had a punt return called back. A lot of different just big plays that went through the game that made the score what it was. But I mean, we essentially offensively could do what we wanted to, and they didn't have very many first downs. I think they were just over 100 yards of total offense. And if you're holding an opponent to that, you're probably winning the football game. So both sides were really phenomenal.
I saw Jalen had also had over 100 yards rushing this past week and another couple of touchdowns for him. That was his fifth 100-yard game of the year.
Yeah, Keelan does a phenomenal job for us. He's senior. He's been a primary guy for us for a long time. You've seen him in the backfield since he was a sophomore, so he's played it a lot. When he's going well, when he's running the ball effectively, he's tough to tackle, and we're tough to stop as an offense.
You mentioned the hook and lateral. I don't know that I've seen it run quite that smoothly as I have the other night. That was perfect for on all situations.
When DJ caught it, and he didn't even break stride, he kicked it in gear, and he was gone.
Like I said, it was ran very well. It was extended a little bit. Jeb did a great job pushing that corner back a little bit further than he normally would have. Turned around, made the catch, pitched it quick. And like I said, DJ did the rest. He hit the sideline full steam, and they didn't touch him. So, he just did a great job skirting that sideline. He cocked that head back, and he got to running. So, just a really good executed play, and we're proud of those guys. They do those kind of plays. We practice them all year, whether it's 2-point conversion plays or whether it's a little bit of a gadget play or trick play. And then so when you've done it at practice, you've worked on it all the time, when it's finally time to pull it out and they execute it well, it's a big moment for those guys, and it's makes coach feel good that it worked out.
One thing, pitching the shutout, hey, you're looking at your defense play pretty solid last week too, didn't you?
I think our defensive, early on in the season we had some injuries, right? We've got those linebackers that were out. So overcoming that took some time. I think Zion Robinson, a kid that's transitioned from outside to inside linebacker, he's playing really well now. He's our player of the week this week. He's gotten better and better. Parker Skinner is healthy again. So those guys, anytime you're running, regardless of what you're doing, those inside linebackers are critical pieces. We also played last week with an extra defensive lineman in the game. North Pontotoc was a heavy run team. We're going to see South Pontotoc and Ripley coming up. Both those are going to be heavy run teams. So don't be surprised if you see those bigger guys in there, and you'll see Jeb and some of the secondary rotating because of that. But just defensively doing really well. I think when you look back at Senatobia, credit to them, their quarterback and running back were tremendous players. But we missed tackles. We didn't tackle effectively. We didn't get them off the field. That's not the problem in the last couple of weeks. We've been tackling well and not giving second chances.
You mentioned Zion. He had 7 tackles on the night, 39 total for the year. I believe he was the second leading tackler on the team. So great job by him this past week.
Like I said, I think he's playing so much better with his keys, with his reads moving forward, and just doing a really good job. He's an athletic kid. He's a strong kid. He's got a lot of talent, and we've known that going through. He's played some last year. You saw him spot play at outside linebacker. Outside linebacker and inside linebacker are different positions. He's in there in the bulk of it. Got tackles blocking down on him constantly. He has to be a dude in there, and so it's a war. It's just like those defensive linemen play with those offensive linemen, and he's doing a good job. He's a tough kid.
Also picked up a fumble this week as well. I think Jaden caused the fumble, but Zion pounced on it after he got it.
And Jaden Hicks is all over the place. If you watch the film, even if he doesn't, we tell him all the time, you can make the play on defense without making the tackle. And so I don't think he didn't have a huge amount of tackles Friday night. But if you watch our film, if you watch any of our games, Jaden Hicks is from one sideline to the other. He's a very, very, very good player for us. I was talking to Coach Stubblefield this week. Austin Howard's a guy that that played here in the past, was a tremendous defensive end. He's very similar to Austin Howard as far as making plays from his defensive end spot on the left, making a play on the right side of the offense. So I just Hicks is a great player. That particular play that you're talking about where we got the fumble led to points again. So I know Coach Murphy was proud of those turnovers. We had an interception and a fumble recovery. We hadn't had some of those turnovers in recent weeks. So he was excited to get those, as we all were.
Not only did Jeb have 6 tackles this week, he's leading the team with tackles. He also had 3 receptions and another touchdown. So another Jeb Boland.
Yeah, and he had a punt return for a touchdown that got called back. That was a penalty. We did a pretty good job limiting penalties. That was one that Jeb would have liked to have back. We all would have liked to have back. We had a block in the back on that play. But Jeb, say what we said all year about Jeb. Jeb is a tough, gritty, sharp kid that does what he's asked to, that knows how to extend plays, that knows how to find grass in passing concepts and get open. And when you throw the ball to him, he's going to catch it 9 out of 10 times. So just a tremendous athlete. You talked about defensively, him leading some tackles. And he's been at that safety position, and now with the 4-man front, sometimes you see him rolling down a little bit more, getting him closer to the ball because he's not scared to put his hat in there and make plays. So just really pleased with where we're at from an offensive standpoint. Our effectiveness of getting first downs and getting touchdowns and not coming off the field, and then defensively quite the opposite, being able to get teams off the field, wrapping up tackles, making sure tackles, and playing effectively.
You mentioned Coach Murphy. He's done a tremendous job this year, especially with having to switch personnel so much and everything this year.
Yeah, and all those guys. We've Kendall Murphy is his first year as defensive coordinator here. He's been a defensive coordinator in the past at East Union. But Sean Sanks, Ryan Summers, those 3 guys are primary guys on the defensive side of the ball, and they do a tremendous job. Coach Murphy, like I said, they break it down on dogs all week, and those D, A, W, G mean different things, and they're focused on those things. They're focused on turnovers. So it's fantastic to see them have success. Coach Murphy does a tremendous job for us.
You mentioned earlier holding about 100 yards total offense. I show they had 51 yards passing, 60 yards rushing for a total of 111 yards. And we had 2 turnovers. We had the fumble and an interception.
Right.
And we also had a goal line stand. So it's still.
Yeah, like I said, Shaw had the pick over the middle of the field. I think we had basically got to where we frustrated them. They were having a tough time. I think they had 2 plays. They had a couple different times where they ran quarterback stretch play. They got some yardage off an unbalanced set. And other than that, they did not have a whole lot of success from the offensive side. They did take a couple of shots. A lot of times, McKyle Cameron was responsible for that particular time over the middle. Shaw came back over the top and made the pick. So, Shaw is a tremendous athlete for us. You've seen him make huge plays on both sides of the ball. Hasn't had maybe what I would call a breakout game offensively, but I promise you he's capable at any point doing that. If he touches the ball, he has the ability to score. And then defensively, you talk about a guy that can play center field back there in Rome. When the ball's in there, he's going for it, and he's going for it really fast.
Yeah, another opportunity this week to get some extra guys in, give a little extra playing time for them, rest some of your starters and all that. So it's always good to get a lot of those guys in, offense and defense.
Well, people that are not in the program or have not maybe been in the past don't necessarily understand how big an impact those guys that don't start make. Guys that work their tail off, that are practice players, that are scout team guys, you don't operate without them. I mean, we cannot prepare those starters, those first group guys, without younger guys and guys that can be the scout team at practice. And they work their tail off, and they don't get their name in the paper. They don't get their picture in the paper. They don't get the recognition that some of these older guys or some of these starters do. But they're just as important and just a big part of the team. There's something huge to be said for that kid that comes to practice every day, that gets out there, that blocks as a guard or plays linebacker on the scout team or whatever. That just keeps showing up, keeps doing their part, keeps doing what a coach asks them to do. Those kids are huge parts of that team. So anytime you get up or get the opportunity for those kids to be able to play some, it's a good thing. Now you have to manage, because they ran the clock and because it was you want your older guys to make sure they're getting adequate reps. So you balance that, but ultimately anytime those guys get to play, it's a reward for them. It's our older guys love seeing those guys get opportunities, right, and then their coaches do as well.
Well, we're going to take it to a break now, and then we'll be right back to you to talk about our game this week versus South Pontotoc.
It's finally game time. The smell of the fresh cut grass, the sound of the drums as the band gets ready to perform, and of course the roar of the crowd as our hometown New Albany Bulldogs enter the field. Jody Walls and Brady Brock with Gumtree Mortgage here in New Albany remember those days and agree they were some of the best. They also want your mortgage experience to be the best as well. They pride themselves on excellent customer service and establishing a personal connection with their clients. They also have the knowledge and programs to fit your mortgage needs. So whether you're building, buying, or refinancing your current home, they want to help. Call them and set up an appointment today. Jody Walls and Brady Brock with Gumtree Mortgage. Let them help make your dreams come true. Go Dogs!
All right, I want to welcome you back to Inside New Albany Football with Coach Cody Stubblefield. But before we get started and get too deep with South Pontotoc, we want to take it to the board. Coach is going to talk about keys to our Player of the Week, Coach Zion Robinson.
Zion Robinson had a tremendous job. So just like we did last week with Jeb, talking on the board with Zion's going to get to do the same thing. So we're going to let you see some of that.
Yep, take to that.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Pam Brown for your personal price plan today.
All right, this week's board talk, we got Zion Robinson. Zion was our Player of the Week. Zion, you played both outside linebacker for us, inside linebacker. We're going to talk a little bit about the differences there and some of the similarities, but he's done a really good job transitioning from the outside linebacker to inside. All right, what we call our dog linebacker, Zion, is that outside linebacker there.
Yes, sir.
There's two of them, right? Anytime we're going against a spread team, y'all are basically, talk a little bit about how y'all align, what you do out there.
So basically we're apex between the number 2 man right here.
So when you say apex, you're talking about apex between number 2 and this offensive tackle. You want to be right there in the middle.
Yes, sir.
Certain times you go and you end up getting wider, and we play tip to tip, right?
Yes,
so that's just an alignment thing. Keep going, I'm sorry.
And then really, back to what you were saying off the alignment, we'll either get tip to tip on this man, and that'll be, we either play man or, a little closer routes out here on the outside and the flats and stuff like that.
Yeah. So out there, the first thing we're going to play is what? I mean, if the first thing you're going to do, whether you're inside or outside, snap the ball, what happens?
Play run.
Play run. We're going to play run first. We always feel like we can rally to the pass. But he's going to key through this tackle right here. If that tackle stays low in his stance and comes off low, then what are you doing?
Play run.
You're keeping on going. You're playing run. If I set as a tackle and stay up, you can see my chest and I pop up, what are you thinking?
Pass.
Now we're pass. So we start out down, and then we can rally to our position. All right, what's different about outside linebacker from inside linebacker? Because, again, that's where you played a lot last year, started the year there with some injuries, other things you've bumped inside. What's some of the differences there?
So really just the difference is, I'm having to keep through my guard right here. It's a lot. You got to stay focused, see clarity to clear. It's a lot more that you got to focus on. And you're not really worried about pass too much as an inside linebacker, more worried about the run and running the ball.
So a lot of inside linebackers are taught a couple of different things. You can read through guards. If they pull, if we were reading through guards, what would you do?
Or wrap around.
Wrap around, right? Other teams, they basically make their first move based on what that guard does. Other teams cross key. When we say cross key, the linebacker on this side is keying the running back. Linebacker on this side would be keying the quarterback. So different teams do it differently, but basically the most important thing is that you get a key and you go forward just like that right there, right?
Yes, sir.
We tell you all the time, if you're backing up an inside linebacker, we got a big problem, right? First snap of the ball, when it happens, we got to be going downhill, right?
Yes, sir.
Zion, we appreciate you talking to us a little bit about inside linebacker play, and thank you guys for watching.
All right, I'd like to welcome you back. Coach, we got South Pontotoc.
Yeah.
This week, what were we thinking?
Coach Cook does a good job with those guys over there. South Pontotoc is a division game for us. It's very important that we get this win. Ultimately, winning this game seals us as the second place in the division. Would have liked to beat San Antonio earlier in the week, but earlier in the year, they're ultimately going to finish first. If we win Friday night, we should finish second. That kind of gets us going into the playoffs. But South Pontotoc's a good football team. Coach Cook does a good job with them. Like I said, they're a team that's going to be led with a quarterback. I think the quarterback last year was the division quarterback of the first team quarterback. So we know he plays well. I think, again, any game we want to start with the offensive line and the defensive line. I think it's another game that we're going to be ultimately more talented than they are. If we just play the way we're supposed to, play the way we're capable, execute, do our job, we're going to be fine Friday night. And that's the message to our kids. Ultimately, when you feel like you're the better team, you never want to play down. You want to do your job. And just like we did last week against North, we want to do the same thing this week against South Pontotoc.
South has won 3 games this year. They beat Holly Springs 60-30, Tishomingo County 32-25, and Alcorn Central 35-8. So capable of scoring some points.
Yeah, well, and 3 teams that are not, quite to their standard of talent that we think we are, but certainly 3 wins nonetheless. They a couple of years ago, they got the better of us after a bad night on our part. But again, they're coached well. They're tough, scrappy guys. Everybody comes to games, shows up, wants to be successful, wants to execute. It's our job to stop that and not let that happen, right? I look for us to continue to be sound on offense, to continue to execute. Braden Shettles continue to do well. He is doing a tremendous job for us. We've got such guys on offense that we don't have to focus on just one guy. Keelan could tote the ball 30 times a game if we needed him to, but we can also let him tote it 10 times and spread the ball around. Caleb Shumpert is a guy that we threw just a couple key screens to last week, and both of them he almost took to the house. Zion Robinson, DJ Robinson, are guys that come in there and can run the ball effectively. Also, Nehemiah Boyd is another one. At receiver, Jeb, we talked about all the plays Jeb's been making lately. We talked about Caleb Shaw, DJ, you'll see him in both spots. So McCollin Cameron, you'll see on offense. So a lot of guys that we can get the ball to. We think every one of them can make plays. We think every one of them can make plays against South Pontotoc.
You mentioned the quarterback. He's a good size fella. He's 6'3", 205.
Yeah,
so good size for a high school quarterback.
Good size, good athlete. He's a pitcher too. Throws the ball, baseball and football effectively. Tough guy, like you said. They're not afraid to do quarterback power and some quarterback run game with him. That's stuff that our defense is going to have to be prepared for.
Well, that's what I was fixing to ask. What are we going to see from them offensively?
Well, with that quarterback, he's certainly capable of throwing the ball. I don't think their receivers are talented enough to give us too much trouble. So you're going to see them pound the football a lot with that quarterback, with the running back. But no, they'll take some shots and some chances because they've got a really good quarterback.
Running back number 6, I believe, Ivy is his name, 6 foot, 180 pound. Quarterback's number 10, Harmon. They're both juniors for South Pontotoc.
Yeah, and like I said, I think Harmon was the division quarterback, first team quarterback of the year last year. 6 is also a safety. Just one of their top athletes, so they definitely want to get the ball to him. You're going to need to know where he's at, So
they have a bunch of boys playing both ways.
A lot of guys, especially the skills positions, are playing both ways.
As far as the defense for them, I've got several guys. I was having trouble getting some numbers and things for them, but you mentioned Ivy being the leading tackler from last year, so he's back, and he plays, I believe, strong safety. Got a couple of corners, number 2 and number 7, McGregory and a Thompson. Good-sized kid, about 6 foot, 150 to 180 pound. Kids there as well. Linebacker number 52 or 54, I couldn't ever figure it out. He had 2 numbers listed, so I'm not sure. Senior, 5'11", 215 pounds. So pretty good-sized guys from down there.
Yeah, and those guys do a good job. One thing that's convenient, I guess, is they've been basing out of a 4-3. Ripley, our opponent next week, is going to be in a 4-3. So that's something that we haven't seen as much. We've seen it, we're familiar with it, but it'll give us a look at that. So I like seeing a 4-3. You've got one less linebacker on the field, so spacing in the passing game, there's more of it, but I think we can still run the ball effectively inside zone, trap, stretch, counter, some of the things that we run the football. I've always felt like you have really good angles against an even front. Look for us to be able to move the ball regardless of the fact that they do have some good players. I think their defensive line is a big front. They've got one kid that's, pushing 370, 380. Another kid that's listed at 340. So some good size up there. Ethan Conley at center is going to have a big kid on his head. But we know Conley's scrappy. He gets after, he's strong, and he's effective. So certainly a task that we know those guys can play through. And then I think just honestly, our skill guys are going to have a lot more quickness, a lot more ability on the edges that can lead to big plays.
Now, I believe their kicker has been kicking since he was in 8th grade, number 17, Fleming. So pretty good in the kicking area.
Yeah, they do have a good kicker. Like I said, we've got Grayson Alexander, who has been doing that for us effectively. Right. He's a 9th grader this year, but he started last year a lot and kicked a lot as an 8th grader. Kickers are a huge part of this game. The fact that we've got Grayson it takes a load off of a coach's mind, you know, and an offense and special teams. You saw Grayson this past week. We're sky kicking it a lot. I just feel like, you know, our guys are doing a good job getting down there, covering that before our return team gets going. But if you come up or you do something different, we'll kick it left. And Grayson, I think, put it on the 2-yard line or so, went through the back of the end zone. So he's certainly capable. That's something that we talk about, you know, a lot with him. You know, at some point as he matures and gets older, putting it in the end zone, I think that's something, you know, that he's going to be able to do. We joke with him all the time. You know, we tell him, you know, you got a girl up there watching you tonight when he gets a good one or something like that. And so he has a big time with that. And so I think Grayson's got a special lady somewhere that we need you to keep coming to the game because he kicks a little better when you're there. So, but all jokes aside, he does a tremendous job for us, and we're thrilled with him. D. Johnson's done a good job punting all year. His average is tremendous as well. But, you know, those kickers are a huge part of what we do.
And D's a first-year punter for us, right?
Yeah.
The first time he did punting.
D's an athlete, played football earlier in his career, is a really important part of the basketball team. Came to us this summer and said, Coach, I can kick. Got out there, watched him a little bit, and sure enough, he could. And so he's worked hard managing other sports and stuff, and also being a kicker for us.
So I show this is the 8th time that New Albany and South Pontotoc have played. Bulldogs 6-1 against South Pontotoc. The one you mentioned a couple of years ago was here at home.
Yeah, you know, and that game, like, it's credit to them. They played well. We had 5 turnovers, and just you know, that was our 4 and 7 year, I believe. Just you know, just not a good year for the Bulldogs, not a good game for the Bulldogs. But they got the best of us that night. You know, I'd like to sit here and tell you, strongly feel like we'll be 7-1 after Friday night. So, you know, looking forward to that. But, you know, anytime you get to play football, it's fun. And so anything can happen. But, you know, it's a home game for us. We get a good home stretch here. Get to finish the season both at Kitchens Field. So where we've got, you know, all of our supporters, all of our fans. And it's always fun to be at home.
I tell you, we can brag on our fans. They've been traveling with us, coming out of the home games and away games, and done a good job supporting us this year.
Well, and that goes back to the community, New Albany, the school district, all those things. You know, we're very blessed where we live, the school we attend. You know, you can go to other school districts, other communities, and you really find out pretty quick how blessed our kids, our players, our community is and are. And but ultimately, yeah, I mean, it's a huge boost to those kids when they're making a play or when they're trying to give a great effort there, and they look up and the stands are full, or they hear the crowd and whatnot. So. You know, we continue to want Friday nights, Kitchens Field, to be the place to be, and want everybody there for it, for sure.
Best of luck Friday night, Coach.
We greatly appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you for tuning in to Inside New Albany Football with Coach Cody Stubblefield. I'm Paul Henry, David Good. The show is brought to us by
Gumtree Mortgage, Jody Walsh, Brady Brock, also Pam Brown at State Farm. So we appreciate both those businesses.
Thank you, and go Bulldogs.
Here at Pam Brown State Farm, we are so excited to sponsor Inside New Albany Football with Coach Cody Stubblefield. We have served New Albany for a quarter of a century, and we are so proud to continue to serve this wonderful community far into the future. We look forward to a fantastic season for Coach Stubblefield and the Bulldogs. Good luck, and go Dogs!
Discover a world of difference when you look a little closer. The biggest difference is the people who serve you. At Collins Insurance Agency, we've been through the good times and the not-so-good times, too. Always serving the people of this area with the very best in insurance coverage from some of the world's finest insurance companies. Collins Insurance Agency in New Albany.
All right, take it away.
Shaw and Robinson to get back deep. They'll line up along the 10-yard line as we are just about ready to get this football game underway. South Pontotoc just now hitting the field. Keith?
Kurt, this kickoff and all kickoffs brought to you by Northeast Mississippi Community College. They're in their 75th year of athletic excellence. The football Tigers are 5-1. They're on the road this Saturday against number 11 East Mississippi. They only have one home game left, and that's against Coahoma on October the 26th. If you want to learn more about Tiger Athletics, visit www.nmcathletics.com.
And it is nice to see the Tigers having a big year. And we are just about ready, and here comes the opening kickoff, and it's going to be a squib kick right down the middle. Taking a hop, finally taken by Shaw. On the hop, he tries to get outside. He's going to be taken down to the 26-yard line. If he could have got to the edge, he would have had some running room, but couldn't quite get there. First down for the Bulldogs.
Well, good kick there by South Pontotoc. I'm really not sure. I know they were probably trying to keep it out of our best return guy's hands, but the ball bounced and bounced all the way back there and ended up getting it to Shaw. And I'm like you, Kurt, had he been able to get to the corner, which he almost did, I think he might have had some big yardage.
Shettles will work at quarterback for the Bulldogs. He'll be flanked by Simpson, his running back, been there all year. Twin receivers left and right. Mark the football is the 26-yard line, just underway from New Albany High School. Shettles back to pass, fires it out to Shaw at the 32-yard line, breaks one tackle, still on his feet, steps out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Give him 11 and a first down.
Just a quick out pattern there to Shaw, and he was able to get the ball, almost able to stay on his feet. If he could have stayed in bounds, he might have taken it the distance.
South Pontotoc will work with a 4-down lineman set. Shettles fires a bullet to Shumpert. He sidesteps one tackler, got shoestring tackled after a gain of 6. Ball's at the 47-yard line. It'll be second down and 3.
Well, Kurt, the first 2 plays of the game, we've just actually popped up, thrown the ball out to our athletes to see if they maybe could break one, and both times they picked up good yardage on the first down.
Hand off to Simpson straight ahead. He got 1 yard. That's all he's going to get. Nice job by the South Pontotoc defense.
3rd and 8.
You said it, Kurt. They got some penetration that time, and when Keelan got the football in his hands, there was 2 or 3 white jerseys on him. Nothing there. Going to bring up 3rd down and a long 2 yards to go.
Shettles taking his time, looking at that 4-down lineman set by the South Pontotoc. Hand off to Simpson straight ahead. He's going to be close to a first down. I don't think he got it, guys. Let's see. We got a flag down. We've got a stoppage of play, and I think we've got a flag.
It looks like they're going to give him a first down on the far side over there. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, I tell you what they did. They gave it to him, and I'm like you, Kurt. I didn't think he got it. It was anyway, both running plays, South Pontotoc's defensive front wall did a really good job of getting penetration. Not a lot there either time, but he did get the first down.
We're going to like these officials tonight, I can tell you right now.
Looked like both those tackles came off the end.
Hand off to Simpson off the right side. He's got running room. Tripped up at the 40-yard line, falls down at the 35. 1st and 10 for Simpson. And the chain crew tonight, Brian Childs, Jeffrey King, Chris Moore, Jerry Foster, and Ed Leggett. All those guys, we're always glad to be at home. They're running those chains, and that's how we really do most of our spotting on the down and distance.
I'm not so sure they didn't start a fire up there when they was cooking too, by the way.
I didn't mention Walt Harrison yet. I didn't mention Walt Harrison. He's a supervisor over there.
Yeah, don't leave him out.
Hand off to Simpson. A little bit slow with the handoff, or a little bit handoff. I think actually Keith Shettles might have wanted to pull that and keep it, and Simpson took it. Loss of a yard, maybe 2 on it. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, I agree with you, Kurt. I think the exchange there was a little confusion on what we wanted to do, and we've had one big running play. The other ones is just nothing really there, and they're doing a good job up front right now. They being South Pontotoc.
Twin receivers left and right. Shettles flares it out to Shaw off his hands. It'll go incomplete.
Well, you said it, Kurt. He was lined up in the slot, and it's just a wide receiver screen to Shaw, and Braden put it on him, hit him in the hands, just not able to come down with it. Going to be 3rd down and about 9 yards to go for the Bulldogs.
8:53 remaining, first quarter, no score. Got a nice crowd on hand on a beautiful night for football. Shettles back to pass. He's looking, fires a little bubble screen, and it'll go incomplete. Batting down to the line of scrimmage, wasn't it, Keith?
It sure was. Defensive end on their left side. Got his hands up, knocked the ball down. We were actually running a little kind of a delayed screen slant from the wide receiver on the outside. Nothing there, and looks like Coach Stubblefield is going to go for it here on 4th down and about 9 yards to go.
Yeah, kind of in no man's land here. A little bit too far for a field goal, a little bit too close for a punt. 4th down and 9. Shuttles back to pass. He's got plenty of time. Rolling to his right. Looking. Completes it just enough for a first down. I think that's going to be Shumpert.
It's going to be right there at it, Kurt.
It's going to depend on where they mark it, Keith.
It's really close. Looks like South Pontotoc's sending their offense out there. It's going to be short. Is exactly what it is. Really good catch there by Shumpert, and just not able to get to the line to gain, and going to end up about a half a yard short.
Paul, I thought we got one good mark on the first one. I thought we got a good spot, and I thought on that one we might not have got quite a good one.
Yeah, I think we probably had a little bit more distance on that one, but you got to tip your hat to the end.
First down for the Cougars from South Pontotoc. Hold the Bulldogs on the first possession. And now we've got a timeout on the field. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Reason number 12 to bank at BNA. We are the bank for Northeast Mississippi. From buying a home to starting your own business, we are the team of local lenders standing ready to make your dreams a reality. BNA Bank. We are the bank of Northeast Mississippi.
I enjoy urgent care because people have an immediate problem when they come to me, and they want to know what's going on and they want to know how it can be fixed. And so it's super rewarding when you figure out what's going on with the patient and you know how to fix them, and you can provide them with a treatment regimen and they feel better. So it's rewarding on the front end figuring out the problem, but it's also rewarding on the back end whenever you know that you fix them and you help them and they're feeling better, and you can kind of see how truly grateful they are for the care you provided.
Reason number 18 to bank at BNA. Professional business solutions. Our experienced commercial lenders understand the sophisticated needs of today's businesses. We have all the products and services needed to make your business a success. BNA Bank, the bank of Northeast Mississippi.
That's El Agave Mexican Grill, 650 Park Plaza, New Albany.
All right, take it away.
South Pontotoc will run a quarterback keeper off the right side, pick up 2, maybe 3 yards on it. And we'll go back down to Paul Henry. Paul, the Bulldogs had a pretty nice drive going, but couldn't quite get a first down out of it.
Having some technical problems there with Paul. South Pontotoc is going to be second down and about 7 yards to go. They're going to run a little reverse type sweep deal on number 3 for South Pontotoc. He's going to pick up the first down. Going to get it out to about the 40-yard line, and that time just brought the H-back on the right side in motion to the left side, handed him the football, and the Bulldogs didn't do a good job of get him to turn back in, able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of guys out in front to lead block as they're going around the edges and all. So good job by the Cougars there on the first couple of plays to get a first down.
No doubt about it.
Test.
All right, we got everything worked out now. Hand off to the running back, goes off the left side. He got 2, maybe 3 yards out of it. Once again, it'll bring up third down. It'll be a third down and about 8 for the Cougars.
Well, at that time, Kurt, they just did. It was kind of the same play, just ran it to a back versus the H-back. That time they ran it to a running back. It's going to be second down and about 8 yards to go for South Pontotoc from their own 40-yard line.
6:55 remaining first quarter. No score in the football game. As the Cougars handed a little jet sweep, nowhere to go. Hit hard at the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up fourth. It'll be a 4th and about 9, and the Cougars will have to punt the football away. Third down. Excuse me.
They found something, or they've actually, during their film study, must have figured out that they want to run the football to the outside against them, because that's what they've tried every time. They've had success a couple of times with it. That time the Bulldog defense did a really good job of clogging things up.
Third down and 9 at the 41-yard line. No score in the football game. Cougar quarterback keeps it off the left side. He's going to get maybe 1 yard out of it now to bring it up a 4th down. It'll be 4th and 8. And now they'll have to punt it away. Bulldogs will get Jeb Bolin back deep. And a nice defensive stand by the Bulldogs.
Well, good job there by the defense. Like you said, gave up a couple of plays there. They're lining up in a strange little deal here, Kurt. They've got 2 receivers out to the right. They've got the remainder of their offensive linemen and 2 backs lined up to the left. And now they're going to shift. Okay. Huh. Trying a little trickery on us, Kurt.
Yeah, it's a good way to get somebody hurt.
Uh-oh.
Snap is over the punter's head. He goes back, picks it up, and gets the punt away. He does a great job of just getting the football kicked. It's going to go out of bounds or blown dead right at midfield, just shy of midfield. And we're going to try to send it down to Paul Henry one time. We're kind of trying to work on this equipment and make sure it's working. Paul?
Yeah, we're still upbeat down here on the field now. Our guys are ready to roll, and I think you're going to see a big output right here when we get the ball back.
Good field position here for the Bulldogs, right? Just shy of midfield in South Pontotoc territory at the 48-yard line. No score in the football game. Shettles back to pass, looking deep. Pumps, now completes it at the 26-yard line. Throws a bullet right in there to Jeb Bolin. 1st and 10, Bulldogs.
Well, good job that time by Jeb catching the football in traffic. Offensive line did a really good job of giving Braden all day long to throw the football, and Braden just threw a bullet in there to Jeb. Big 1st down. Jeb's going to have Braden's going to have 2 receivers to his right. 2 to his left. He's going to run a reverse to Shaw coming around the left side. Cuts it up the middle of the field. Going to get down inside the 10-yard line. Stumbled almost took that one to the house there, David.
You're exactly right. You stumbled there right at the end and almost got that hand down to get it squared back up where he could keep going and going in the end zone. But good job by Shaw there to take that pitch and run around the end.
Really hadn't gotten any scores yet coming in. We're just kind of checking them, waiting to someone, particularly on the big game over at Tupelo, where the Amory Panthers use that field as their home field tonight, but they are playing a big one. Hand off to Simpson. Nowhere to go. He's going to be hit for a loss. He's going to lose a couple on it. He was swarmed in the backfield. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't know what's happening there in the middle of the field. I mean, again, we've had a couple of runs that were successful, but most of the time they're getting penetration and we're just not able to do anything.
Shaw wide to the left, Bolin wide to the right. Hand off to Simpson off the right side, plunges inside the 10 down to the 8. But it'll bring a 3rd down and goal-to-goal situation from the 8-yard line. And as you stated, Keith, not much running room inside.
Yeah, I'm really surprised, too. I really felt like we would come and just take the ball and run it at will on them, and just hadn't been able to do that here in the first quarter. We're down to 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter. No score in the football game.
Shettles and Simpson look to the sideline. Now they give everybody instructions. Shettles back to pass, looking under pressure. Escapes a would-be tackler, rolls to his right, throws it. It's going to be incomplete. Shumpert tried to get his arms under it and scoop it up, but couldn't quite get it. And the Bulldogs will check the field goal team on.
Well, just good pressure. He had time to throw the football, had one guy get in to get a little pressure on him. Just nobody open to throw the football to.
It's going to be about a 25-yard field goal by Alexander. Conley does the snapping. Bolin does the holding. No score in the football game. Got a good snap, a good hold. It's up, it's high, it's long enough, and it is good. Bulldogs go up 3-0. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Insurance agencies and companies may appear to be the same on the surface, but you'll discover a world of difference when you look a little closer. The biggest difference is the people who serve you. At Collins Insurance Agency, we've been through the good times and the not-so-good times, too, always serving the people of this area with the very best in insurance coverage from some of the world's finest insurance companies. Collins Insurance Agency in New Albany.
What will I find at Van Atkins? Well, diamonds, lots and lots of diamonds. Jewelry that you will not see in any other place. Our Van Atkins collection is styled from beautiful pieces from the past with a fresh Southern update. I believe you'll find value too. You'll also find people who are a part of this community. If you're celebrating something, we're going to celebrate too. We really hope you'll find Van Atkins special. I'm Chuck Cooper, and I feel privileged to be a part of that.
Quarter. This kickoffs and all kickoffs brought to you by Northeast Mississippi Community College. If you want to catch up on Northeast athletics, go to www.nemccathletics.com.
Alexander kicks a high long kick, taking it to 5-yard line out to the 10, the 15, picks up a block out to the 20, and taken down right there by number 18 of the Bulldogs. That's going to be Isaiah.
It's Cortland Earl.
That's Cortland Earl. Nice tackle, one open field tackle by Cortland.
Good kick by Grayson, too, there.
It really was one of his better ones this year, I thought. A little bit more height on it than usual.
Yeah. Good kick. Bulldog defense right here needs to try to get this football back as quick as possible and get this thing rolling.
I heard Grayson might have a little sweetheart in the stand that's kind of watching it when he kicks those long ones like that.
That's what I heard. I heard that on the coach's show or something.
Bulldogs going to go with a 4-down lineman set. 3 linebackers. Walk goes outside. Guys up tight. South Pontotoc back there trying to go deep. Nobody there. Jeb Bolden, the closest person to the ball, and it'll go incomplete.
Well, good job by the Bulldog defensive backs coverage there. Just nobody open. Pressure was coming. Jaden Hicks got to the quarterback and did a really good job of not going ahead and hitting him like he could. He laid off of him to avoid a penalty. Going to bring up 2nd down and long for the Cougars.
2:58 remaining first quarter. New Albany leads the football game 3-0 on an Alexander 25-yard field goal. Back to pass to Southpaw. Now he's going to keep it off the right side. He's got nowhere to go. Cortland Earl and Shaw both there to help on the tackle. Got to land a scrimmage. That'll be all he'll get.
Yeah, good job that time. It looked like he might have something going to the outside, and the Bulldog defensive backs over here, well, linebacker Cortland Earl and Cameron did a good job of making him cut back in, and when he did, there was a host of defenders there.
Louisville, who I think is rated #1 team in the state of Mississippi, has taken a 7-0 lead in the first quarter over Mendenhall. Shannon has taken a 6-0 lead over Itawamba Agriculture. Corinth Warriors 3, Pontotoc nothing first quarter. Trying to get outside again, and Keith, you're on to something. He picked up 2 yards trying to get outside, and for some reason they've got in their mind they're going to have enough speed to get outside on this Bulldog defense. I don't think they're going to have luck at it. We've got may have a flag. We've got a stoppage of play for some reason. I may have just been because of the object down on the field.
I don't know what that.
Legal shift. That was an illegal shift. Bulldogs declined the penalty, so to bring up 4th down.
Okay.
There we go. Jeb Bowling gets back deep. He's going to line up just about around midfield. West Lauderdale 6, Choctaw Central nothing. I'm kind of keeping an eye, David, if we get a chance, let's keep an eye out for that Northeast Lauderdale score. Now the officials are going to change the call. I think they're going to, and I think South Pontotoc might wind up with a 1st down out of this thing before it's over with. Offsides on the Bulldogs, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the South Pontotoc.
Well, obviously that's not what you want to do right there when you got them in punt formation. We're going to give them a 1st down at their own 32-yard line.
South Pinola's gone up 7-0 over Lake Commerance. I should have been figuring that. South Pontotoc completes it. It's going to be about a 4-yard, maybe 5-yard gain on it. Pretty nice little pass play, little down and out. It'll be second and five.
Well, so far tonight, I've been kind of impressed with South Pontotoc's offense. They've kind of mixed it up. They've been able to throw it a little bit. They've tried to get to the corner, and they've been successful with that a few times. And Bulldog defense needs to step it up right here and shut them down.
Quarterback for the South Pontotoc Cougars is Harmon, and he does a pretty good job operating this offense, and the Cougars going to hand it off straight ahead up the middle. It'll be close to a first down. Paul Henry can't tell where they spotted. What's it look like?
I think they got it on that play. It looked like the going to pick up the first.
And 39 seconds remain, and that's the second first down. And it's like this every time we play South Pontotoc. And I don't care. You can throw the record out the window. They always come in here and play us a good game.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I thought this was going to be like me racing Dexter Nesbitt in the 40, and I wouldn't have a chance, and I didn't think they'd have a chance.
Back to passes Harmon. He's looking, throws it. It's going to be incomplete. Well covered by Shaw. Cameron had the outside receiver covered. It'll go incomplete.
Well, good job that time by the Bulldog defensive backs. The coverage, just the receiver wasn't open. As you said, they were throwing a little out route. Quarterback's left-handed, got a pretty good little arm, throwing the ball pretty good. And we've got 11 seconds left in this first quarter. Second down and 10 for the Cougars.
Right at the 42-yard line, and the Bulldogs are going to jump in the neutral zone. And it'll give them 5 yards, and it'll be second down and 5. Tucker jumped in the neutral zone. I believe he may lead the nation.
Oh, mercy. Now, y'all talking about the quarterback. I believe he was the division quarterback of the year last year out of the division that they ran. So, anyway, he's a pretty good little athlete.
Absolutely.
Weighs about 205.
That's Harmon. He hands the football off, looks right up, trying to hit up in that A gap now. Nowhere to go, and that may be why they're trying to get outside, Keith, was he had nowhere to go, lost a yard on it. It'd be second and 3rd and 6.
That's going to be the end of the first quarter, Kurt.
We'll be back.
It's finally game time. The smell of the fresh cut grass, the sound of the drums as the band gets ready to perform, and of course the roar of the crowd as our hometown New Albany Bulldogs enter the field. Jody Walls and Brady Brock with Gumtree Mortgage here in New Albany remember those days and agree they were some of the best. They also want your mortgage experience to be the best as well. They pride themselves on excellent customer service and establishing a personal connection with their clients. They also have the knowledge and programs to fit your mortgage needs. So whether you're building, buying, or refinancing your current home, they want to help. Call them and set up an appointment today. Jody Walls and Brady Brock with Gumtree Mortgage. Let them help make your dreams come true. Go Dogs!
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Pam Brown for your personal price plan today.
He's kind of got a really nice pass that he throws. Just hadn't been real accurate on that. Bulldog's been there close on a couple of times, but he's also a good runner as well.
He's got a third down situation right here, and he was in motion. Throws it across the middle. It's picked off.
Jeff Bolin went up and got it right at the 45-yard line. Quarterback Harmon threw a bullet, and Bolin read it perfect.
He sure did, and the snap was a little off. The quarterback had moved prior to the snap of the football, and Jeb threw the ball a little high. Jeb did a really good job of intercepting the football. Bulldogs are going to have possession. Not really sure. I don't see a penalty flag down, but they're having a conversation. We're going to have the football.
Keith, did you have an update? Did you have anything on the Amory Ripley game?
All I've got is it's just showing 0-0 in the first quarter.
They had a penalty against South Pontotoc. Bulldogs declined it.
Yeah,
so.
I think the rule on that, I mean, even though the quarterback, he can't move from a shotgun position before the ball is snapped, and he did that. He was moving backwards before the ball was ever snapped.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the penalty was. I saw him in motion and didn't want the penalty.
Shettles brings his team to the line. He hands it to Simpson. Now he fakes it to him. He's back. He's got all day to throw the ball. Now he's rolling to his right, cuts back to the left, picks up a block. He's looking, finally finds a man at midfield. That's going to be Shaw came back. We've got a flag comes flying in. And give the South Pontotoc Cougars credit. They had the receivers covered. Shettle just couldn't find anybody open to throw the ball to.
He couldn't, and he did a really good job of avoiding the rush. The Bulldogs are coming back like they think there's a penalty here. I can't tell what they're going to call here. I thought it had to be on South Pontotoc. It looks like it may be on us.
Let's send it down to the sideline. What we got, Paul?
Possible ineligible player downfield. That's what they're saying.
Makes sense. It took that long. Shettles rolled and came back one way and another. I can see where a man might have gotten down there.
It was offset penalties. They called face mask on South Pontotoc, so they'll redo the play.
It'll be 1st and 10 right at the 45-yard line, right back where we started. That Shettles is back to pass. He's looking. Now he's looking. He still can't find a receiver. Finally finds a man, Shaw, along the sideline at the 45-yard line. He takes it down to just inside the 40 to 39. A nice job. And I tell you, it's a good thing he's getting protection, Keith, because he's having a hard time finding guys open.
That's exactly what I was about to say, Kurt. I mean, the offensive line is doing a super job of giving him time, and thank goodness, because South Pontotoc is doing a super job covering.
They come in with a 4-down lineman set, give it to Shaw and a little jet sweep, little stretch play, and he's going to get hit. He's going to pick up a couple of yards on it. It'll be second down and it's going to be second down and about 6.
Well, I've been more impressed with this South Pontotoc team than I really thought I would be. They're doing a pretty decent job on the defensive side of the football.
They really are. Shaw comes in motion. Handoff goes to Sano. Shettles is going to keep it, fakes it to Simpson. He's got some running room. He's inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line, taken down at the 14. It'll be a first down. And everybody in the house went with Simpson, and Shettles pulled it and made a nice run out of it.
Well, good job there of reading the play there by Braden. I was like you. I thought he had given the football to Keelan. And when he faked it to him, he took off to the right side and then cut back off the left.
3 receivers wide to the right, handoff to Simpson straight ahead in the middle, and a nice job by the Cougar defense. Simpson got a couple of yards out of it. Be 2nd and 8.
Well, there's not a lot happening right there in the middle of the line of scrimmage. South Pontotoc's winning that battle pretty much every time. Going to be 2nd down and about 8 yards for the Bulldogs.
East Union and Hamilton all tied up at 8. That's late in the first quarter.
Shannon up on Itawamba 13-0.
Well, when it falls apart, it falls apart. And Itawamba just apparently can't get anything going right. Trying to get outside and does so inside the 10 down to the 5 is Simpson. Picked up a nice block when he was trying to get out on the edge there. I couldn't tell who came back and gave it. Looked like DJ, but he had to be careful not to block that man in the back.
Well, that's something you don't talk about a lot. I mean, if you're running the football, everybody's, the offensive line's blocking well. Those receivers got to be blocking well, too.
3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs. At the 6-yard line, and Simpson's got the 1. He's got the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Yeah, good job by the offensive line that time. But we hadn't been able to run in the middle of the field very well tonight, and did a really good job of blocking up front there. Easy pickings that time for Keelan. Walks it into the end zone. The Bulldogs take a 9-0 lead with 8:43 left in the first half.
This extra point brought to you by Tallahatchie Gourmet, Main Street, New Albany. Holidays right around the corner for all your catering needs. Give Jeff or Angel a call down to Tallahatchie Gourmet, Bulldog headquarters. I know they've got a crowd down there watching the game tonight on the big screen.
Bulldogs lead 11-0.
We always thank Jeff and Angel, big supporters of New Albany City Schools.
No doubt about it. Bulldogs run a little trickery there on the Tallahatchie Gourmet extra point, get 2 points out of it, take 11-0 lead. As I said, 8:43 left in the first half. Good drive that time by the Bulldog offense.
I don't know where that, remember exactly where that drive started at for the Bulldogs, but it was a well-sustained drive. They mixed it up with a running pass. David?
I think they started out right around the 50-yard line, Kirk, on that drive.
I think that's right. Now it was like a 48-yard line, about a 52-yard drive for the Bulldogs. And mixing it up pretty well. The offensive line giving Shettles all day long to throw the ball, but having a hard time finding open receivers.
You're exactly right. They've got a blanket coverage out there. Look like they're running a zone to try to get out there, and we're just not getting into zones. And when we do, it's not enough room to get the ball in between there. So, a good job of not forcing it in there so far for the first half of this game.
Alexander's got it all teed up. And it's a high, long kick, fielded at the 21-yard line, takes a knee right there. I guess he fair caught that ball, and it'll come out to the 35.
I'll be darned. He did fair catch it.
I didn't see him wave, but must have. David shaking his head over here, so he must have saw him do it. Nevertheless, it'll be at the 30. Wait a minute. I'm wrong. He did not. They brought the football right back to the 20-yard line. I didn't think I saw a signal of a fair catch. And he caught the ball and downed it where he caught it right at the 20. 1st and 10 for the Cougars.
Interesting. Got 8:43 left. South Pontotoc is going to bring their offense up. Got one receiver to the left, one to the right. Got a running back on his hip. Dropping back, looking down the left side, throws it out in the flat to the running back or the H-back. Good job by the Bulldog defense.
Picked up about 2 on it, Keith. Swinging it out in the flats, trying to find a weakness in the flats on this Bulldog secondary. 2nd down and 8. Hamilton's gone up 16-8 over East Union. Still in the first half. Any scores on Myrtle coming in by any chance?
Hadn't seen anything yet, bro.
I want to remind everybody these scores brought to you by Chevron Shortstop just across the street from New Albany High School. Go by and see Chris or Mandy every morning for your breakfast and the best coffee in town. That's across the street from New Albany High School, Chevron Shortstop.
I'll do a direct snap with the quarterback. That was a little quarterback. Snapped it to the quarterback. He just took off trying to run around the right, or really not around the end. It was kind of going off the right tackle. Nothing really there. Going to be 3rd down and about 6 yards to go for the Cougars.
Still with about 7 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the first quarter here at New Albany High School.
Trying to draw the Bulldogs offsides.
Looks like South Pontotoc doing some kind of unbalanced line, or is that just a tight end? I can't tell if there's 4 people on that side of the center. That's just going to be a tight end. They're going to work with a tight end in the football game, set him to the right side. Now we're going to have a...
We were offsides that time, Kurt.
Okay.
Somebody got in the neutral zone.
3rd down and less than a yard for the Cougars. I was trying to figure out what this the formation was, and that's exactly what they're doing. They were going to work with a 2 tight end set. And the quarterback's going to keep it straight ahead. And I don't know if he got it or not. If he didn't get any extra, we're going to send it down to Paul Henry. He's looking right at it. Paul?
Looks like he's going to get it by about a yard. I tell you, you got to tip your hat to the Cougars. They've come in here and kind of met the energy we've got it from our Bulldogs right now.
Exactly right. That's just exactly what we were talking about up here. But they've done it every time every year when we play this team. I don't care if they won 1 game or 8. They come in here and play this Bulldog team to the end. Staying with a 2 tight end set are the Cougars. Harmon works at quarterback. He's back to pass. He's looking. He's trying to hit his receiver deep. It'll go incomplete. Cameron had him step for step. And my goodness, they threw a flag. I can see what you're clapping about, Keith. What in the world?
Man, that is a horrible call. I'm telling you, Cameron was in position, had the guy on his hip, just like you're supposed to, and they called that pass interference. How do you do that?
Well, I'll tell you how. You drive all the way up here to call this game, and you sit here for about a quarter and a half, and you hadn't got to call anything, and just decided you're going to throw it because Cody Stubblefield letting him have it pretty good.
Well, he should.
And he should have.
Horrible.
Cameron it was perfect coverage. It wasn't iffy. It was perfect coverage. Good job by Cameron. Give them a first down right at the 45-yard line.
Even if he did touch him, the receiver had gone out of bounds. So, I mean, he wasn't even an eligible receiver.
No, it was a ridiculous call. Snap is over to Harmon's head. He goes back to get it, picks it up. He's trying to get outside. He does, and does a good job of picking some of the yardage back up. He's going to lose about 10 on it. And I don't know if that was Harmon or not with the football. It looked like number 3. Kelly wound up with the football. For the Cougars, it'll be 3rd down, and it's going to be around third and about 20 for the Cougars as the ball went sailing over the quarterback's head.
Yeah, that's the second time tonight that's happened for the Cougars, and they are, I don't know what they're, it was a good athletic play by whoever got it.
Play for 37.
Remind everybody you listen to the game on WNAU 1470, WNAU.com to stream. And if you want to watch it live, go to YouTube, New Albany High School, and you'll find the game right there. As the Cougars find Kelly wide open down the sideline. He breaks the tackle. He's down to the 30, down to the 29-yard line. And they ran a little reverse, and the quarterback raised up and threw a pass wide open on the backside.
Well, I tell you what they did that time. They lined Harmon up at a receiver, and they snapped the ball to number 3, and he pitched the ball as he was going to the right. He pitched it to Harmon coming back to the left, and number 3, Kelly, just kept running down the sideline. Harmon just reached up, popped it out there to him. He was wide open by himself. Big first down for South Pontotoc.
Harmon's a left-handed passer. I'm telling you what, he throws a really nice ball.
He does.
They'll wind up in a double wing set. They being the Cougars, we've got movement along the line of scrimmage, and guess who did it? How you done it again?
Wow.
I'm telling you, guys, somebody needs to look in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Wow.
Oh, we're giving Tucker. We love Tucker.
I just don't understand. It's going to be first down and 5 yards to go for the Cougars.
Staying with that double wing set. Hands it off, trying to get a little trap play, I think, run there, Keith. Nowhere to go whatsoever. Going to lose a yard on it. Should bring up a 3rd and about 6.
Yeah, just nothing there. Bulldogs defensive front wall did a really good job that time of penetrating, getting in the backfield pretty quick. Is it going to be 3rd down, Curtis? 2nd down. I think it's going to be 2nd because they did get the first down. That's right. Yeah, 2nd down. 2nd down and 5.
That's 25.
Harmon's at quarterback. He's back to pass. He's got time. He's rolling right. Throws it off his back foot and almost intercepted. And once again, good coverage by Cameron over here on this right side. It'll go incomplete. And now it'll bring up third down.
Good job by Conley and Cortland Earl and Hicks getting pressure on Harmon. As you said, Kurt, he threw the football off his back foot. Wasn't really able to get anything on it. There wasn't a chance he was going to get it to his receiver. Just almost, Cameron was almost able to pick that one off.
What's throwing me off on the down? I don't think the clock is stuck on third down. Apparently,
I think that's the timeouts on it. It's I don't know.
The down's not even listed. Lit up is
That's
okay.
right.
3rd and 6. Harmon back to pass, setting up a screen. Nice job of setting it up. He's going to be close to a first down once again. I think he's going to be a little bit short. Paul?
I think he's going to be a little bit short on the play. Hopefully he's going to get a good spot. Right.
Hicks and Earl on the tackle.
4th and 1 for the Cougars. They'll go for it. Are they sending in the field goal team, Keith?
The field goal kicker has been kicking since 8th grade, so I would imagine they're going to try a field goal.
That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to try a 39-yard field goal.
Yeah, he's been kicking since 8th grade. So.
And it's up, and it's high, and it's long, and if it's straight, it's good. And it's right through the middle. A 39-yard field goal by the Cougars. Get them on the board. We've got 11 New Albany, 3 for South Pontotoc. Back.
Reason number 12 to bank at BNA. We are the bank for Northeast Mississippi. From buying a home to starting your own business, we are the team of local lenders standing ready to make your dreams a reality. BNA Bank. We are the bank of Northeast Mississippi.
I enjoy urgent care because people have an immediate problem when they come to me and they want to know what's going on and they want to know how it can be fixed. And so it's super rewarding when you figure out what's going on with the patient and you know how to fix them and you can provide them with a treatment regimen and they feel better. So it's rewarding on the front end figuring out the problem, but it's also rewarding on the back end whenever you know that you fix them and you help them and they're feeling better and you can kind of see how truly grateful they are for the care you provided.
Reason number 18 to bank at BNA. Professional business solutions. Our experienced commercial lenders understand the sophisticated needs of today's businesses. We have all the products and services needed to make your business a success. BNA Bank, the bank of Northeast Mississippi.
With 3:42 left in the first half. This kickoff and all kickoffs brought to you by Northeast Mississippi Community College. Tiger football team is 5-1 this year, headed to East Mississippi on Saturday.
Ripley's taking a 7-3 lead over Amory. And the kick gets away. DJ goes back to the 10, picks it up. He's got some running room across the 25, still on his feet at the 30, breaks it outside at the 40, breaks another tackle, taken down at the 45-yard line.
B.J. Robinson on that carry.
That was pure effort there, wasn't it?
That was pretty electric there, Dave.
Yeah, it was very electric. DJ did the best he could on that and got tackled or almost tackled about 3 or 4 different times and was able to escape and get great field position here. 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go here before halftime.
Braden brings his offense out. He's got 2 receivers to the left side. He's got 2 to the right. He's got Simpson in the backfield. They're both looking over. Simpson goes to his left hip. Braden takes the snap, going to hand the ball to Simpson right up the middle. He cuts it to the outside, cuts it, going to be able to pick up about 5, maybe 6 yards on the play. Good running by Keelan.
Nice job there. And defensively, Keith, you're right. They're playing a too high secondary, and they've got those guys back, the linebackers backed up. And they're trying to force the Bulldogs to run the football. They know the Bulldogs, they're going to try to take the pass away and say, beat us running it, but you're not going to do it passing it.
Well, that's okay. We can do both.
We can do both. We got a young man back there who's got 800 and something yards rushing, and he knows how to do it. And this time he's got Shumpert going down the field. Goes up high and gets it into 20 down to the 16. And Shumpert went up high and caught it just like you draw it up.
Wow, what a catch. I mean, he had his man beat. Braden threw the ball to the inside. Had he thrown it to the outside, I think Shumpert might have caught it and taken it the distance. He threw it a little bit to the inside, but what a fabulous catch that time by Shumpert.
17-yard line.
17 Bulldogs have the ball on the Cougars 17-yard line.
Mendenhall's gone up over Louisville, 10-7. As Shettles barks out the signal, he hands it to Simpson, looks inside, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, taken down from behind. It's a 10. Give him 5 on it, make it 2nd and 5.
Well,
a little bit more than that, excuse me, Keith. He wound up getting about 7 out of it.
He did, and there was really nothing there. He was going. The intent was to go off the right guard. There was nothing there. He bounced it to the outside, made a couple of people miss, cut it back to the inside, picked up 7 yards, as you said, 2nd down, and 3 yards to go for the Bulldogs.
2 receivers left and right for Shettles. He fakes it to Simpson, keeps it himself. He's going to get the line of scrimmage. That's going to be about all. He might have got 1 yard out of it. Yeah, he got 1 out of it. We're going to be 3rd down and 1.
3rd and 1.
With 1 minute and 39 seconds remaining before halftime.
Play the 8-yard line.
The score's 11-3. And the Bulldogs check Hicks and Tucker in. Kind of a heavy-set blocking package off the right side, and Simpson's going to try to follow him in there, turns it back inside. He's got a 1st down. He's inside the 5, down to the 3.
1st and go.
It'll be 1st and goal from the 3.
Just not a lot. Not a lot of. They got some big guys in there, and I know I was watching the coaches show earlier today. That nose guard they got in there is a hefty young man, and he's clogging the middle up.
Inside 1 minute. Bulldogs kind of taking their time. Conley gets down. He's under center. He's done the centering for the Bulldogs all year. Fake it to Simpson. Fire up. Slant route to Shaw. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Well, really good route that time by Shaw. He just got his man on his back hip, got the inside leverage on it. When he did, Braden threw a bullet to him right there in the end zone for the touchdown. Good job again by the offensive line up front.
Bulldogs on for the Tallahatchie Gourmet extra point. They lead the football game 17-3.
Tallahatchie Gourmet. You should have got some of that chicken gumbo today now.
Boy, did it look good.
Oh, it was good. I ain't going to lie to you. Some good stuff.
I wanted some so bad after I saw it. And it's up, it's high, it's long, and it's good. And it's no good. He missed it to the left. No good. He missed it to the left. 17-3 is the.
Insurance agencies and companies may appear to be the same on the surface, but you'll discover a world of difference when you look a little closer. The biggest difference is the people who serve you. At Collins Insurance Agency, we've been through the good times and the not so good times too, always serving the people of this area with the very best in insurance coverage from some of the world's finest insurance companies. Collins Insurance Agency in New Albany.
What will I find at Van Atkins? Well, diamonds. Lots and lots of diamonds. Jewelry that you will not see in any other place. Our Van Atkins collection is styled from beautiful pieces from the past with a fresh Southern update. I believe you'll find value, too. You'll also find people. People who are a part of this community. If you're celebrating something, we're going to celebrate, too. We really hope you'll find Van Atkins special. I'm Chuck Cooper, and I feel privileged to be a part of that.
And he comes forward on it, and he signals a little pooch kick once again at the 25. And this time he did signal a fair catch, so it'll come out to 35. I saw him waving that time.
What's the 35, Kurt? Did he get the
fair catch? You bring it out to the 35. I think that's correct, isn't it?
And give it to him where he caught it.
So. Ain't getting it at the 25.
Is that you just get it? You get it where you fair caught it?
I think so, and I don't. I think the only thing in high school is the touchback comes to the 20. I don't know if high school.
Yeah,
is
it
any
comes
different.
to the 20, but I thought a fair catch.
Yeah.
Came out to the 35. I'm wrong. It's where you fair catch it.
Yeah.
First down for the Cougars at the 25. Harmon pump fakes. He's looking deep, trying to get it over there to Kelly. Well covered by Shaw. It'll go incomplete.
Well, another good pass, good route, but a really good job by Shaw of defensive just got him on his hip. There was no way the receiver was going to get the football.
Rolled about 6 seconds off. They don't watch out there, run 3 plays, and the Bulldogs get this thing back with 20 seconds left and score again. Harmon stays with 2 tight ends. He's got a lone receiver wide to the left. He's going to keep it off the right side and get a couple of yards out of it. And I think the coaching staff of South Pontotoc thought of just what I was thinking of. And now the Bulldogs are going to take a timeout on them, try to get the ball back. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
It's finally game time. The smell of the fresh cut grass, the sound of the drums as the band gets ready to perform, and of course the roar of the crowd as our hometown New Albany Bulldogs enter the field. Jody Walls and Brady Brock with Gumtree Mortgage here in New Albany remember those days and agree they were some of the best. They also want your mortgage experience to be the best as well. They pride themselves on excellent customer service and establishing a personal connection with their clients. They also have the knowledge and programs to fit your mortgage needs. So whether you're building, buying, or refinancing your current home, they want to help. Call them and set up an appointment today. Jody Walls and Brady Brock with Gumtree Mortgage. Let them help make your dreams come true. Go Dogs!
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Pam Brown for your personal price plan today.
It's somewhere around the 45-yard line before it's over, and the Bulldogs are going to take it down, and I wouldn't be surprised if we scored again before half.
It's very possible.
Sometimes you got to learn to run the clock out and get to the dressing room, guys.
Yeah, you got that right. You got that right.
And you know, the last time they fired the snap over the punter's head.
Yeah.
This time he's got a good snap, heavy pressure, not much of a punt. A little bit of bumping going on back there, but no flags, and the Bulldogs are going to get excellent field position. Looks like they're going to mark it around the 45-yard line.
If I was at South Pontotoc, I'd be watching number 7 and number 14 where they are, because I'm going to say we're going to go with a deep one to one of the two.
I would probably say 7 if I was guessing.
Or maybe even DJ. He's over here on this side as well.
He's been awful quiet tonight.
He has, hasn't he? About time for him to get a touchdown.
I'm just telling you guys, I don't understand the strategy right there at all. Because we're going to score. Shettles is back to pass. He's looking. He throws a little bubble screen to DJ. He's got a blocker out front. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown, DJ Robinson with 10 seconds remaining in the half.
Wow.
DJ Robinson.
Well, you called it. I kind of felt like it was time for DJ to get into the action, and really good screenplay right there set up by the Bulldogs. Braden did a really good job of getting DJ the ball as he's running in space. The offensive line did a good job of getting out there and blocking.
Who was that out front blocking?
Number 52 was Conley out there, one of them.
Well, I'm just telling you, somebody, Conley or whoever it was doing an excellent job out front blocking, and DJ fell in right behind them. And, I mean, there wasn't any way they were going to get DJ to the ground before he got in the end zone.
We got a 2-point conversion there on that Tallahatchie Gourmet extra point. The Bulldogs now lead 25-3.
And we've got 10 seconds remaining, and I bet this time South Pontotoc runs the clock out like they should have done the time before.
That would probably be wise.
Yeah.
Well, there was.
Have y'all noticed the fireworks this year?
I have.
I'll tell you what, I don't know who's taking that over, but
they're better than they used to be, aren't they?
It's much improved.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt.
I mean, Sam used to sit down there in the end zone and he'd shoot a bottle rocket every time we scored.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these guys shoot the real thing.
Oh, yeah.
I heard somebody on the north side say they could tell when New Albany scored. They sat out on their porch and listened to the WNAU, and they could hear the firecrackers going on.
Yeah, they know when we scored. They listen for the fireworks. So when the Bulldogs scored again.
Yeah.
must be offsides on the Bulldogs on the kickoff. They're going to call it back.
I think that's another one of them. Kurt, this guy figured he rode all the way up here. He better get a flag thrown out there because that was
That's the same one that called it up penalty.
I think so.
It can happen. I mean, if you're going to run up and down that field for 4 quarters, you might as well do something.
Well,
but the call over here on Cameron,
that was
about that. Actually, I'm not picking on the official, but that was about as bad as I've seen.
Yeah,
well, I think David brought up a really good point. I don't think it was pass interference anyway, but the guy had gone out of bounds, so he wasn't even an eligible receiver.
He was out of bounds. The pass was overthrown. It was uncatchable. There wasn't anything about it that could be called interference. It didn't look like from our angle. Nice kick by Alexander, fielded at the 11-yard line, out to the 15 to the 20. Breaks a tackle, still on his feet, got some running room. Going to be taken down at the 15-yard line as the clock runs out. The end of the first half, and the Bulldogs are going to have a 25-3 lead. That's going to be a flag on the field, but it's going to be on the receiving team, and that'll still remain end of the half if it's on South Pontotoc.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's going to call.
If it's on the Bulldogs, they have to run another play. But if it's on the team with the ball, that'll be the end of the half. And I think where it's located, that almost looks like some kind of an illegal block.
It was something way behind the play. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Well, they're having a big discussion about it. I'll give them that.
Well, the head man's the one that called it. So anyway, it must be on New Albany.
He's going over to the South Pontotoc to tell the coach. What's going on down there, Paul Henry?
Like the coach of South Pontoc's having a big discussion with the white hat about what happened. I'm not really sure. We're trying to figure that out down here also.
So he's coming to this side to talk to the coach now. I'm not sure what's going on.
Paul will be joining Coach Cody Stubblefield as soon as the half ends.
I think they're signaling maybe a chop block on somebody, and I don't know.
Well, it could have been on us because we were on defense.
Well, I think they might.
He's trying to say something.
They call that on.
I mean, if they want us to kick it over, let's just kick it over and get it over with here and get to the dressing room.
Wow.
I think that's exactly what. Halftime at East Union, Hamilton leads the Urchins 16-8. I don't know what.
I tell you what, they ain't worried about getting this one over anytime soon. This is a lot of conversation about end of the half.
Sure, he wasn't thrown out of the game.
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
What I'm thinking.
They're talking around.
I think he was thrown out of the game.
What?
I think they're calling. He claimed he.
Certainly looks like this.
He's ejected. Yeah.
You got anything up to update for us on that one, Paul?
And we've had an ejection down here, from what I gather. I'll get with Coach Stubblefield here in a minute. I really don't know. That seems to be the call, though.
I think you've got it right on the head. It looks like they're marking off. It must have been 30 yards. There's no time.
15 on the end of the run.
There's no time left on the clock. I guess they're going to get to run one play.
Yeah. Yeah, that was.
I don't know what in the world took place.
Not sure either. Not sure, but like I said, we did have an ejection, and I'm sure there's a punch thrown or something. That'd be the only thing it could be for an ejection.
Well, the discussion was with number 25.
Yeah.
That's Zion. He's not been known to do anything like that. South's going to hand it off the right side. Out of bounds he goes. He got about 5 yards on it, and that should bring the half to an end.
I wonder what that'll mean for Zion for next week.
He can start playing. He got to sit the second half of this game out and the first half of next week out.
Yep.
And we're going to send it down to Paul Henry He's trying to join Coach Cody Stubblefield. Paul?
Kind of started out flat, and then had some fireworks, and then just penalties, and just not making good decisions on them too.
Yeah, I mean they're playing hard. They're getting after us. You know, we got to do a better job in the box on both sides of the ball. Way too many mistakes defensively. Jumping off sides, whatnot. Too many penalties. We got to clean those up. Penalties have consequences, and we got to learn that and understand that. Offensively, we stopped ourselves. We got 2 long drives. Had to settle for a field goal on one of them, and then later on we got going. Huge play by DJ, punching one in before halftime. So we're fine. We got to clean it up a little bit. Keep playing. We got to come out here and play 100%. Every quarter. We didn't do that at the start of the game.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll get in there at halftime, get after them, and then be ready second half, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to play a heck of a second half.
Good luck.
we chose to take the ball in the first half, so the second half we'll be kicking to them. This kick and all kickoffs is brought to you by Northeast Mississippi Community College. They're in the midst of their 75th year of athletic excellence. The number 15 Tiger football team is 5-1. They're on the road Saturday at number 11, East Mississippi. They only have one home game remaining, and that's on October the 26th against Coahoma. Northeast rounds out the football season with Northwest on November the 2nd. If you want to watch the Tiger football team, you can watch it at nemcctv.com.
And
this is not Grayson here.
Huh.
That was Demarion.
That was Johnson that kicked that ball there. And
Johnson, the left footer, kicked it off. I don't know why Alexander didn't. I think he just made a let Johnson kick one off because he's our punter and he hadn't been able to get on the field tonight because we haven't punted. First down for South Pontotoc at the 40-yard line. They trail the football game 25-3 on a what's turning into temperatures dropped a little bit. It's getting a little bit cooler outside here at New Albany High School.
it is getting chilly. Going to be chilly in the morning when I go to playing that golf thing at
there you go
8
again.
o'clock. It's going to be cold.
Yep. Harmon's gone most of the way at quarterback. He's back to pass. He's under pressure, and he's going to go down, and the ball's on the ground, and the Bulldogs have it. What a play by Tucker. And that's what we've been looking for out of Tucker all year long, Keith and David. He came blistering through and just completely took over the backfield.
Well, really good job there. And as you said, there was no – he was there so quickly and so aggressively. Harmon had nothing to do, but he knocked the ball out of his hand, and I think was that Hicks that got on the football for the Bulldogs?
I thought he was going to pick it up and take it off to the end zone, but he did a good job of corralling it and getting the Bulldogs a turnover here early in the second half.
I think it was Hicks. Let's go down to Paul. He was standing right there looking at it, Paul.
Got the ball. If he could land on his feet, he could probably took it on in.
Shettles hands it to Simpson. He's got some running room. He picks up a block. He's at the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. No.
Wow.
Yeah, that was quick, Kurt. That's kind of what I was expecting the whole game. Defense makes a big play. Offense comes out first play, puts it in the end zone.
If Tucker ever realizes he can do that all the time and just take over a line of scrimmage, he's going to be a handful.
He sure is.
And Johnson's going to try the extra point, Keith.
I wonder if something happened.
That's a good question. Let's send it down to Paul. Paul, we don't see Alexander Johnson doing the kicking. Is anything going on, or are we just letting Johnson get some kicking time?
I think they're checking Grayson out for an injury from the first half.
Okay, thank you, sir. That answers the question. Nevertheless, a Tallahatchie goal made by Johnson right through the middle. 11:46 remaining, third quarter, 32-3. New Albany leads the football game, and we will be back after.
Reason number 12 to bank at BNA. We are the bank for Northeast Mississippi. From buying a home to starting your own business, we are the team of local lenders standing ready to make your dreams a reality. BNA Bank. We are the bank of Northeast Mississippi.
I enjoy urgent care because people have an immediate problem when they come to me and they want to know what's going on and they want to know how it can be fixed. And so it's super rewarding when you figure out what's going on with the patient and you know how to fix them and you can provide them with a treatment regimen and they feel better. So it's rewarding on the front end figuring out the problem, but it's also rewarding on the back end whenever you know that you fix them and you help them and they're feeling better and you can kind of see how truly grateful they are for the care you provided.
Reason number 18 to bank at BNA. Professional business solutions. Our experienced commercial lenders understand the sophisticated needs of today's businesses. We have all the products and services needed to make your business a success. BNA Bank, the bank of Northeast Mississippi.
All right, take it away.
South Pontotoc's got the football at the 40-yard line, make it the 41. Or 42 to be exact. 11:40 remaining third quarter. And the Bulldogs struck with 20 seconds remaining in the before halftime and came out, immediately struck again starting the second half, and now they've got a commanding lead. Handoff in the backfield. Hicks makes the tackle for the Bulldogs, gained 1 yard on it, 2nd and 9.
Skinner did a good job from his linebacker position to get in the backfield. He made the initial contact, and then, as you said, Hicks was right there to back him up, made the tackle. Looks like they're going to give him about a yard gain, but 2nd down and long for the Cougars.
Simpson's going to work at linebacker for the Bulldogs with Zion out. He and Skinner work the middle. Harmon back to pass under pressure, fires a bullet out. It's going to go incomplete. Well covered over here by Portland Earl.
Yeah, Cortland did a really good job from his linebacker position to get just a little out route that they ran. Really good pass by Harmon. And Cortland was just there to defend it. Going to bring up 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
A little juice on that one, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Twin receivers left and right for the Cougars. 3rd down and 9 to go. Ball's at the 44-yard line. Harmon back to pass, ran a little swing pass out in the flat, and the receiver did a great job of getting on the ground because Cameron was fixing to decapitate him. I mean, he was coming, and he had a bead on him, and he was going to finish him, and I mean, the receiver kind of slipped trying to cut, but I mean, Cameron was really coming.
Guys, I was down on the sideline last week against North Pontotoc, and he hit a guy at North Pontotoc about like that as well, and he's bringing it, son.
He will come, and the Bulldogs are coming with a pressure on this punt, and he does get it away. Jebb's going to field it at the 25, come across the field at the 30, jumps, hurdles a man out to the 30 to the 34-yard line, and once again, Jebb does not let that ball hit the ground and roll. He gets it in there. Gets about a 10-yard return on it, but the biggest thing is doesn't let it, you know, if you put a 10-yard roll on that, instead you get a 10-yard, that's a 20-yard swing.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Jebb really does a good job on that. Did a good job that time. We, as you said early, we were going for the block on that, so there was no blocking back there for Jebb once he caught the football. Able to make a few guys miss and pick up probably 5 or 10 yards after he caught the football.
Seeing Grayson down there, he's kind of walking a little gimpy on the leg.
Plays the 34.
Shettle sent twin receivers left and right. He's back to pass. He pump faked to Shumpert. He's looking for DJ. Completes it at the 44-yard line. Sidesteps a tackler. Now taken down at the 41-yard line.
Well, we ran that wide receiver screen a lot tonight with success. That time we kind of pumped it out there to Shumpert. DJ went long, and Braden put it right on him.
Shettles hands it straight ahead to Simpson. Inside the 40, inside the 35, down to the 33.
Keelan Simpson.
Good hard running that time by Keelan. Good blocking by the guys up front. And the Bulldogs are playing now like I thought they would play the whole game. They kind of got a little fire lit under them, and they are doing a really good job. Braden's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it to Keelan again. He kicks it to the outside, then goes straight up the middle of the field, and he's going to go into the end zone for a touchdown for the Bulldogs.
Nice job of sidestepping a would-be tackler into the end zone. He goes, and the Bulldogs will go up 38-3.
Well, and there was some pretty good blocking up front by the guys that time, but Keelan did a lot of dancing on that one to make people miss to get in the wide open to get the touchdown.
We're going to see what he's got total for the night, because I think David Good reported him at halftime with 54 yards. And those 2 yards, these last 2 carries is going to have him close to 100 on the night.
118.
118 on the night as Johnson comes in for the extra point. Brought to you by Tallahatchie Gourmet, and it's up, it's long, it's high, and it's good.
That kick good for D. John.
Back in 60 seconds.
Insurance agencies and companies may appear to be the same on the surface, but you'll discover a world of difference when you look a little closer. The biggest difference is the people who serve you. At Collins Insurance Agency, we've been through the good times and the not-so-good times too, always serving the people of this area with the very best in insurance coverage from some of the world's finest insurance companies. Collins Insurance Agency in New Albany.
What will I find at Van Atkins? Well, diamonds, lots and lots of diamonds. Jewelry that you will not see in any other place. Our Van Atkins collection is styled from beautiful pieces from the past with a fresh Southern update. I believe you'll find value too. You'll also find people who are a part of this community. If you're celebrating something, we're going to celebrate too. We really hope you'll find Van Atkins special. I'm Chuck Cooper, and I feel privileged to be a part of that.
Kicking.
And so much.
You don't think he's going to be the answer for that, huh?
I wonder what's wrong with Alexander. He must have got hurt on that last extra point.
In Myrtle.
I don't know. He's not walking very good on that.
All right, take it away.
We're back here. New Albany leads this football game 39-3. South Pontotoc has the ball 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. We're going to go down to Paul. Paul, did you hear anything about Alexander? We can see him kind of favoring the leg. We didn't realize he got injured there.
His right ankle, maybe in the back of his leg, like the Achilles area, got a little sore, and they taped him up, and I think they made a decision now to just sit him the rest of this half.
I got you. Good deal. We've got a timeout on the field, South Pontotoc. We will be back in 60 seconds.
It's finally game time. The smell of the fresh cut grass, the sound of the drums as the band gets ready to perform, and of course the roar of the crowd as our hometown New Albany Bulldogs enter the field. Jody Walls and Brady Brock with Gumtree Mortgage here in New Albany remember those days and agree they were some of the best. They also want your mortgage experience to be the best as well. They pride themselves on excellent customer service and establishing a personal connection with their clients. They also have the knowledge and programs to fit your mortgage needs. So whether you're building, buying, or refinancing your current home, they want to help. Call them and set up an appointment today. Jody Walls and Brady Brock with Gumtree Mortgage. Let them help make your dreams come true. Go Dogs!
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Pam Brown for your personal price plan today.
Lose about 10 yards. I was going to bring 2nd down and 19. And Keith, you got a trivia question for us tonight?
I got a doozy here. I hope nobody's heard us talking about it because it's a so at New Albany High School they give what is called a Bulldog Award every year. And back in the day when I was doing it, I thought I should have won it, but I didn't, not because it was the best athlete, but I didn't get it. But I'll let you call this play, Kurt, and then we'll ask the question.
And 316-4000 is going to be the number to call with the correct answer. Nowhere to go, nowhere at all. Going to lose a couple of yards on it. You're right. Back in those days, the Bulldog Award just strictly went to the best athlete, they thought was the best athlete in the school. Go ahead.
But anyway, we have a former Bulldog Award winner that led his football team in rushing one year, and that same year he was a member of a state championship basketball team. This was his senior year. Who is that person? 316-4000, Tallahatchie Gourmet $25 gift certificate. What former Bulldog Award winner led the football team in rushing and also played for a state championship or won a state championship in basketball?
Harmon back to pass, trying to hit number 7, kind of on a wheel route over here. Overshot him. He was covered. It's going to be 4th down. The Cougars are going to have to punt the football away.
Yeah, they've struggled with the snap on this punt. I think they fumbled a couple of them, had they, on the night.
Yeah, and Harmon throws a nice pass, but I don't think they've completed many of them, David.
No, he is 5 of 13 on the night, with an interception as well.
Snap is back on the punt. It's high punt. Jebb's calling for a fair catch. Takes it right at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. And we've got Simpson with 118 yards tonight. So that's going to get him what for a total on the year, Keith? For David?
I was working on it over here a minute ago.
Well, he's got to be getting close to. You said he had 800.
He's got to have 178 to get 1,000.
So he needs about 60 more yards.
Yeah, about 60 more.
60 yards exactly? He needs 60 yards exactly based on the calculation. If he ran it right here and scored, it'd be 65. We'll take that.
Shittles fires a bullet to Shumpert, picks up a block, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, taken out of bounds just shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. And Paul Henry, I guess you're listening down there. If Simpson gets 60 more yards tonight, he's exactly 60 yards shy of 1,000 yards on the season.
Well, hopefully we can get him that tonight. I don't know. He we're up 39-3. We started the second half like we anticipated we were going to see the start in the flash of the first half, but maybe we'll get him in there tonight and finish it off.
Shettles fires a little screen type pass out to Shumpert, Shaw, completes it for a gain of 5. Be 2nd and 5.
Well, we've gone the first 2 plays of this drive. We got a personal foul face mask on the Cougars right here, so that's going to give the Bulldogs a first down. But
it's their first penalty of the night, guys.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. We've ran 2 quick wide receiver type screens, I guess you'd call it, in the first 2 plays, and that time going to pick up 15 yards on a personal foul on the Cougars.
They're going to wind up marking the football at the 33-yard line. New Albany leads the game 39-3, 4:31 remaining third quarter. Little jet sweep. Now it's going to be a reverse to Shaw. He cuts it back into the middle, fumbled the football. I think he got right back on it. He gained about 2 yards on it when it was all said and done with.
And you said it, Kurt. That was basically a double reverse that we ran right there, and Shaw did a really good job. Obviously, it was intended to get to the outside. He saw the hole back in the middle and cut it back up the middle.
Shettles to Simpson, straight ahead. He's going to take it to the end zone. Touchdown, and Simpson is having a night.
Well, he just did. I don't want to take anything away from him because he's awesome. But that time, Kurt, you would have got 15 yards because it was just great blocking up front by the guys up front. And started out a little slow tonight. The guys up front weren't doing their best job. And I tell you what, since some midway through the second quarter, they picked the pace up. And that time it was just a gashing hole there for him to run through.
Somebody's going to have to slow him down, Keith. We're going to run out of money for fireworks. Johnson on for the extra point, and he does it again right through the middle. That's brought to you by Tallahatchie Gourmet. Don't forget, Tallahatchie Gourmet, Main Street, downtown New Albany. Delicious plate lunches Monday through Saturday. Go by and see Jeff and Angel and the whole crew down at Tallahatchie Gourmet.
I'll be darned. We already got a winner.
Tell the truth.
I thought that was going to be one that just...
Got a winner on the trivia question. Who we got?
Stephen Woods knew that what former Bulldog Award winner led his football team in rushing and also won a state championship in basketball? And the answer to that question was Mr. Rodney Spears.
And a lot of you remember Rodney came back and coached here at New Albany for some years.
Rodney was a really, really, really good athlete.
I think he played the running back for 3 years, I believe.
I remember Rodney playing baseball with my brother back when they were kids. They were on some traveling team that went everywhere. And heck, Rodney was good way back then, years ago.
Johnson's going to tee it up for the Bulldogs. They've taken a 46-3 lead. And things have just kind of fallen apart and deteriorated for the South Pontotoc Cougars. Had a 17-3 score with 20 seconds remaining in half, and it's just completely gotten away. High kick by Johnson fielded at the 30, out to the 35, taken down hard at the 36 by a host of Bulldogs.
Kelly taken down by a pack of Bulldogs.
And it'll be first down for the Cougars.
That kickoff and all kickoffs brought to you by Northeast. Northeast Tigers play on the road. Number 15 Tigers play East Mississippi Saturday down at Scuba, the number 11 ranked team in the country. Stephen Woods, the winner of the Tallahatchie Gourmet Trivia question. Stephen, you can go down to Tallahatchie Gourmet and pick up your $25 gift certificate. They'll have that gift certificate waiting on you. Congratulations. And I've already sent that message to Mr. Olson, so he'll be prepared for it.
1st and 10 for the Cougars. I saw you doing a little math, David.
We're, well,
nice pass by the backup quarterback, came in as goes incomplete.
That's incomplete.
we're 32 yards away from 1,000.
Well, I'd just soon him sit over there and watch the rest of the game and get about 132 next week.
I'm with you on that.
South Pontatoc's going to come to the line of scrimmage. Kurt said they've got I think a backup quarterback in. They got a receiver to his right, got one to his left. Going to hand the football off to the running back off the right side. Nothing there. Bulldog defensive front really steps up, clogs it up.
Faulkner taken down by the Bulldogs.
Going to bring up 3rd down and long yardage for the Cougars. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. Bulldogs lead the football game 46-3. We're going to send it back to the state.
Reason number 12 to bank at BNA. We are the bank for Northeast Mississippi. From buying a home to starting your own business, we are the team of local lenders standing ready to make your dreams a reality. BNA Bank. We are the bank of Northeast Mississippi.
I enjoy urgent care because people have an immediate problem when they come to me and they want to know what's going on and they want to know how it can be fixed. And so it's super rewarding when you figure out what's going on with the patient and you know how to fix them and you can provide them with a treatment regimen and they feel better. So it's rewarding on the front end figuring out the problem, but it's also rewarding on the back end whenever you know that you fix them and you help them and they're feeling better and you can kind of see how truly grateful they are for the care you provided.
Reason number 18 to bank at BNA. Professional business solutions. Our experienced commercial lenders understand the sophisticated needs of today's businesses. We have all the products and services needed to make your business a success. BNA Bank, the bank of Northeast Mississippi.
Got to,
yeah.
But I mean, we still got, that's Cortland Earl and some of them still out there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's most of
All
our
right,
main team.
take it away.
46-3 is the score starting in the fourth quarter as the Cougars throw a little screen pass, nowhere to go. He's going to get to the line of scrimmage. He might have got a yard out of it. That'll be all they're getting. I think that was a 4th down play.
This would be 4th here.
This is 4th down.
Yeah.
They'll punt it away. They'll be in the South Pontotoc Cougars.
Is this the same guy that kicks field goals
Yes,
for them? I think it is.
It is. It is.
He's not a bad punter either. I mean, he's kind of,
It sure isn't.
he can get a good snap.
Almost got it snapped over his head once again. Jeb fair catches it at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. I didn't, you know, he kicked a 39-yard field goal in the first half, but somebody was acting as if that was not a long field goal. Did you know?
I just know he's been kicking since he was in 8th grade down there for him, so he's got a pretty good leg on him.
Yeah.
Looks like Coach Stubblefield's getting some of the younger guys the opportunity, huddling up around him on the offense out here. Then we got some of our old linemen still in there, but
Looks like they put in some substitute defensive players as well for the South Pontotoc.
On Monday and Tuesday.
Imagine 19 is probably going to go to quarterback for the Bulldogs.
That's exactly what's going to happen, David.
Or is Jeb going? The Jeb may be going to quarterback.
I think you're right.
Yeah, Jeb.
Jeb's got 2 receivers to his left. He's going to take a snap a little high. He's going to just run it right around the edge. He's trying to get to the corner. He does get to the corner, and they're going to run him out of bounds at about the 45-yard line.
At the 39-yard
Kind of a little quick snap. Got on him pretty quick. Jeb got control of it and just ran around the corner, able to beat everybody to the corner, pick up the first down.
Jeb's kind of sneaky on that speed there. He doesn't look like he's running hard, but once he gets out there and he finds his way around pretty good.
Had a little burst trying to get at the edge there, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He sent twin receivers left and right. Looks at the sideline for instructions. Hands it off up the middle. Got some running room across midfield. Still on his feet at the 45-yard line. Finally taken down.
Boyd, I believe. 8.
And that's exactly who that is, number 8. Boyd.
And that's first down.
Number 77 in there. Hernandez for the Bulldogs blocking up front. Number 55, Gilbert, in there on the offensive line playing, doing a good job. And I think it's number 95. Is that Tucker playing right tackle?
That's exactly what it is.
I'll be darned.
Jeb hands it to Boyd once again. He hits it up in there hard, Keith, inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. And I like the exchange between center and quarterback. Looks like they've worked on it. Jeb jumps up and gets it each time.
Got some more young guys coming in there. Number 66, Blissett. Number 57, that's going to be Mason Keener coming in. So got several young guys in the game right now.
8 minutes remaining in the football game. Jeb brings a man in motion, hands it to him, got some running room and a little bit of speed to go with it. Fumbles the football. I think the Bulldogs got it back, and we've got a flag coming flying in, and I don't know what we got.
They're going to call holding on Boyd, our running back, and I tell you, I really disagree with that call. I thought he made a good block, but I don't guess my opinion really matter.
Yeah, they're going to call holding.
Number 15 was running the football.
That's going to be Boone.
He's got some speed, guys.
He played quarterback last week. Now, I'm telling you guys, he got hit out of bounds at North Pontotoc the other night, and I'm just glad he hit in the middle of the fence instead of hit the post over there. He got slammed into the fence.
Jeb rolling to his left. He's looking. He's going to turn it up. He's going to be run out of bounds at the 40-yard line. He was looking for a receiver, couldn't find one.
Ball on that play.
Number 24 is in there. Zontarius King. That's a freshman wide receiver in there on the route. Jeb just couldn't get the ball to him that time. Also, you said Boone is in there playing wide receiver in the slot.
Clock continues to run as the handoff goes to Boyd. He's got some running room. He's at the sideline. He's at the 10 and knocked out of bounds around the 7-yard line. They're going to actually, looks like they're going to mark him out at the 9.
Good job that time again by the offensive line. Number 51 is checked into the offensive line. That's going to be Anderson, 10th grader for the Bulldogs.
Showed a good burst of speed there when he got outside and got in a little open field.
He sure did.
Jeb gets everybody set. Hand off to Boyd, and he's going to waltz into the end zone off the left edge. Nice drive by the Bulldogs.
Job by the second team offense. That's a good drive.
Good job. Good blocking. Good. I'm telling you, Kurt, I really like what I see out of Boyd now. Good hard running. Hits the hole hard. Good job by the guys up front. Bulldogs take a 52-3 lead. Clock continues to run with 5:50 left in this football game.
Johnson will come in for the extra point. Brought to you by Tallahatchie Gourmet.
Tallahatchie Gourmet. Stephen Woods liking him some Tallahatchie Gourmet tonight. Dominating that trivia
Got
question.
the snap down, the hold down, the kick is up, it's long, and it's going to be good. And I think Johnson's perfect on his extra points, guys.
Yeah.
coming in doing a good job. 5:25, the clock continues to run. We'll hold it right here. 53-3 is the score. This just kind of went south on the Cougars.
Well, it's one of those games that, like we talked about earlier, it just looked like, I mean, if you knew that this was New Albany was going to be the better team, you knew New Albany was going to win, and I think we just came out flat. We just weren't really fired up, excited to play this bunch, and we've kind of turned it on and shown that we're the best team, and it's time to start thinking about them guys coming.
I think
down 15.
I think right before halftime when we got the ball back and scored so quickly a couple of times there, I think it kind of got in their head a little bit. Ever since then, they really not put up a lot of competition.
That's exactly right. Well, maybe we can find some because
I'm looking for some, and
there's Johnson's kick right at the 20-yard line, taken out to got out to about the 37-yard line before he was taken down. Nice return. We're going to see if we got any more scores brought to you by Chevron Shortstop. Right across the street from New Albany High School. I've still got Hamilton and East Union 16-8.
Well,
Choctaw County and Nettleton 26-14. Choctaw County leads that game. Senatobia, who's going to be the winner of our division, leads Aberdeen 26-0.
South Pontotoc runs another one of the, brought the receiver from the left side to the right, kind of running one of those jet sweeps again. And number 54 for the Bulldogs, that's going to be Foster, gets in there, shuts that down pretty quick. Going to be a loss of about 5 yards. Going to be 2nd and 15. And number 66, Blissett's going in to play on the defensive line. That's a 5'10", 205 10th grader.
Louisville now leads Mendenhall 24-10. Houston 21-7 over Kosciuszko. Shannon stretched it out to a 32-14 lead over Itawamba.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I want to hear you describe that play, Keith.
I don't even know.
I'm all ears.
It looked like they had called the play dead because the quarterback almost stopped, and then he just flips the ball up in the air to his running back. Actually, a pretty good play by the backup QB for South Pontotoc. A lot of pressure from the Bulldog defensive wall. He just flipped it over their head and able to pick up a little yard. It's going to be 3rd down and about 8 yards to go.
Clock still running, 2:14 left to go in the ball game.
Got a battle going on, Corinth and Pontotoc in the 3rd quarter, 3-3.
Oh, wow.
Wow. I wouldn't have thought that. I thought it'd been more offense. Going to hand the ball off up the middle. Bulldogs defense going to shut them down. Probably going to be 4th down and about 4 yards to go, maybe 5. Clock running, minute 50 left in the football game.
Oxford Chargers lead South Haven 22-7.
Their student athletes, the MHSA the game violation of the school being placed on probation.
South Pontotoc's letting the clock run. They got a motion. They're going to have an illegal procedure on the Cougars. Going to move it back, make it 4th down and 10.
Their second penalty of the night.
Clock did stop there, and it looks like they're going to send their punt team in.
It's always kind of crazy with this type. You get a lot of subs in the ball game, and they've had trouble all night with the snap on the punter. So, we're not putting anybody back. So I'm figuring we're thinking there may be a fake or something.
Well, he gets a good kickoff. It's going to take a Cougar roll and going to roll inside the 30-yard line to about the 28-yard line. Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10. Clock runs under a minute to go in this football game. And, guys, New Albany's going to win this game and win it big like we thought. It's going to be a 50-point win. And, you know, I think one thing that's gone unnoticed about tonight, though, guys, is, and I don't know, I want to watch the film, I want to understand it, but Zion getting kicked out of the game is a big deal. And he's not the Zion's not the type young man that would get a personal foul to get thrown out, so I'm really anxious to see what happened. But Zion getting thrown out of this game means he has to sit out of the game next week for at least a half, and that will really hurt the Bulldogs' defense for sure. The clock's running down under 10 seconds right now. Going to take one more snap. They're going to take a knee. And the Bulldogs are going to win this football game 53-3.
And that is the ball game. The
Bulldogs in this division game 50-3. We're going to send it back to the station for 60 seconds.
It's finally game time. The smell of the fresh cut grass, the sound of the drums as the band gets ready to perform, and of course the roar of the crowd as our hometown New Albany Bulldogs enter the field. Jody Walls and Brady Brock with Gumtree Mortgage here in New Albany remember those days and agree they were some of the best. They also want your mortgage experience to be the best as well. They pride themselves on excellent customer service and establishing a personal connection with their clients. They also have the knowledge and programs to fit your mortgage needs. So whether you're building, buying, or refinancing your current home, they want to help. Call them and set up an appointment today. Jody Walls and Brady Brock with Gumtree Mortgage. Let them help make your dreams come true. Go Dogs!
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Pam Brown for your personal price plan today.
Reason number 12 to bank at BNA. We are the bank for Northeast Mississippi. From buying a home to starting your own business, we are the team of local lenders standing ready to make your dreams a reality. BNA Bank. We are the bank of Northeast Mississippi.
I enjoy urgent care because people have an immediate problem when they come to me and they want to know what's going on and they want to know how it can be fixed. And so it's super rewarding when you figure out what's going on with the patient and you know how to fix them and you can provide them with a treatment regimen and they feel better. So it's rewarding on the front end figuring out the problem, but it's also rewarding on the back end whenever you know that you fix them and you help them and they're feeling better and you can kind of see how truly grateful they are for the care you provided.
Reason number 18 to bank at BNA. Professional business solutions. Our experienced commercial lenders understand the sophisticated needs of today's businesses. We have all the products and services needed to make your business a success. BNA Bank, the bank of Northeast Mississippi.
Rushing on the nine.
Insurance agencies and companies may appear to be the same on the surface, but you'll discover a world of difference when you look a little closer. The biggest difference is the people who serve you. At Collins Insurance Agency, we've been through the good times and the not so good times too, always serving the people of this area with the very best in insurance coverage from some of the world's finest insurance companies. Collins Insurance Agency in New Albany.
What will I find at Van Atkins? Well, diamonds. Lots and lots of diamonds. Jewelry that you will not see in any other place. Our Van Atkins collection is styled from beautiful pieces from the past with a fresh Southern update. I believe you'll find value, too. You'll also find people. People who are a part of this community. If you're celebrating something, we're going to celebrate, too. We really hope you'll find Van Atkins special. I'm Chuck Cooper, and I feel privileged to be a part of that.
97 yards passing. DJ with 2 catches, 71 yards. Caleb Shumpert, 4 catches, 70 yards. Jeb Boland, 2 catches with 37 yards. Total offense 401 yards for the Bulldogs. Only negative I see there is we had 65 yards in penalties, and most of those just little 5-yard penalties, but still give a lot of first downs on those penalties.
Yeah, David, big night for the Bulldogs offensively. Of course, we got a Ripley Tiger team coming in here next week. It's going to be a little bit stiffer competition, but the You know, the Bulldogs going to be ready. I mean, no question about it. I think Paul Henry's just about ready to take it over. He's got a couple of Bulldogs he's going to round up, and then he's going to also talk with Coach Cody Stubblefield. Paul, if you're ready, go ahead.
Ready. We got a couple of our Bulldogs here. Got Jeb Bolin and McCallum Cameron. Guys, it took us a little bit to get going, but once we did, it was fireworks, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. I mean, we knew we were the better team the whole time. Just got off to a slow start, and once we hit that pace, it was over by then.
On the defense side of the ball, y'all held them to 3 points. What do you think contributed to that?
We did really good. Hopefully, we can do it next week. You know.
All right, guys, go enjoy your win. Congratulations tonight. We're gonna get Coach Stubblefield here in just a second. Well, Coach, it kind of took us just a little bit to get going, but once we did, it was fireworks, wasn't it?
I think 4 or 5 minutes in the second half, the clock's running, so it didn't take that long. But obviously, we didn't execute exactly the way we wanted to the first half. Second half was different. We found big plays. We dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Keelan Simpson ran the ball really hard. Just made some big plays.
Yeah, I thought we had a lot of energy starting, and it's like they matched our intensity, and we kind of just settled there for a little bit, didn't we?
Well, I mean, we got down the field, we drove the field, we just didn't finish. You know, didn't produce points. Had to settle for a field goal the second one. You know, anytime you do that, they got first downs, moved the ball, even though they didn't get in the end zone. They were getting first downs and moving the football. So just a little bit slower. You know, I mean, it wasn't like it was terrible. It just wasn't as to our standard.
Well, I think we had maybe a couple drop here, some there penalty here, and it kind of hurt us.
Yeah, I think we threw a little bubble pass to number 2 on the first drive. If he catches it, he may go to the house on the first one, especially Shaw. Anytime Shaw's got the ball in space, you know, big things can happen. So, you know, again, if you're playing football, if you're not executing, you're leaving room for an opponent to make plays. I'm proud of the way they came back out of the second half.
Well, I'll tell you, I think the play where maybe DJ, it was like he was shot out of a cannon there in the second quarter, and it.
Yeah, well, we used our timeouts to stop the clock right there. Had, I think, 30 seconds left, but we knew we were going to get a pretty good field position. First play, DJ pops a screen pass, goes to the house. That was a huge play right there before halftime. Got us up to 25-3, so then it's a 23-point game instead of a, you know, whatever else. So big play right before half.
Well, then the second half, and, you know, a big dose of Keelan Simpson, right?
Yeah, I mean, Keelan's a hard runner. I think, you know, Keelan ran the ball fine the first half and maybe made a couple more cuts than he needed to. He just turned into a bulldozer and just ran it really hard, really effectively. And like I said, I think we did better up front in the second half as well.
Well, final score 53-3. We'll take that all day, every day, right?
Yeah, you'll take it every day, every week.
All right, congratulations, Coach. We'll take it back to y'all.